Hello and welcome to my channel. This is episode 35. First thing as always, thank you to those of you that have subscribed to my channel. If you are new, names will go up over here. And thank you to those of you that have been following and supporting me on the forum. Recognition goes up over here. Now, I have one notification before we start. So I found this out last week and didn't mention it, so I'm going to mention it now. I managed to get another 100 views plus on one of my episodes, so really appreciate that. Other than that, let's get into this video. So, this is aimed at the beginners, okay? Now, you've been renting for a while, you've got your car, and now the big moment. You're going to get your first RIF. Now, you can do this any way you want to, okay? It's preference, so this is my own personal opinion. You could agree with me, you could disagree with me. Again, like I said, it's my own personal opinion. So, what I'm going to do in this video, as you can see, there are a lot of RIFs to my left, which will be your right, and to my right, which will be your left. Now, when it comes to buying your first RIF, it comes down to a few things. Now, I've got the board behind me, so if you see me looking up, that's the reason why. So it comes down to a few things. First thing, makes. Organisations, companies that make the RIFs. So you've got things like SEMA, G&G, LCT, you've got ENL, you've got a whole bunch of others, so I'm not going to name them all, otherwise I'll be here all day. Other than that, so you've got a variety. Now, that's the next thing, variants. As you can see, all of these are not the same, they are different, okay? So again, you've got a lot of choices that you can pick from, okay? Which brings me to my third thing, the most important part, price, okay? Now, if you're on a budget, then fair enough, okay? I highly recommend, as a beginner, unless you've got money saved away, you can buy what you want. If not, you're gonna have to go on a budget and build up, or just get something simple to start with. Now, I highly recommend you get something simple, but if you've got your eye on something, then fair enough, save up. The next thing, accessories, okay? What do I mean by that? Do you want a sling? Do you want an iron sight? Do you want a tactical sight? Do you want a flashlight? Do you want a vertical grip? How many magazines do you want? Etc, etc, okay? Again, if you're thinking of adding things to your RIF, you're gonna have to save up, okay? Unless you have the money already. And the last thing that I'm going to say, everything here in my collection has pros and cons, like many things that we buy in life. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over these things and give you what I think are the pros and cons. And what I'm going to do, again, like I said, this is my own personal opinion. I'm going to start from what I think is not the best thing for a beginner to what I think is the best thing for a beginner. So, starting off in last place, grenade launchers. Now, like I said before, you can agree, you can disagree with me. Grenade launchers, first things first, you can buy them. I'll put some pictures up as well. You can buy them and put them underneath your RIF. You can actually buy them like a hand cannon, essentially speaking. Or you can get a grenade launcher, which I like to call the revolver launcher, which fires multiple shells. Now, these take gas and a lot of BBs, and they are very expensive. So for a beginner, either you save up or you forget it. Now, honestly, grenade launchers, if you know how to use them, fair enough. Sensibly, that's fair enough. If you hit a lot of people with them, it is going to hurt them, depending on how close they are to you. And they won't like it from time to time, so they'll probably try and take you out the most, as much as possible. I haven't actually seen any at a woodland site in the 3 years that I've been playing. And I haven't, limited experience in CQB, seen any grenade launch players. The only thing that I have seen, though, is people with underbarrel mounts or just a pistol launcher. That's it. And very rarely have I seen them actually get a confirmed hit with that. But again, it's preference. You can get whatever you want, but I highly recommend you don't start off with those because you need to buy all the accessories that go with that. So we're going to move on to the next one, which is, I have it here, a shotgun. Now this is a spring version, okay? You can get gas versions as well. Again, it's preference. You've got shotgun shells that come flying out like that. Now these take 30 BBs, and this is a tri-shot, so if you look carefully, okay, you can see there are 3 barrels, so that does come in handy. You fire 3 at once. Now with this particular model that I have, it's very compact, as you can see, hopefully you can see, and my BBs tend to shoot higher up. Again, I might need to adjust the hop up a little bit. Other than that, it's great for CQB. You can use this outdoors in the woodland. Again, it's preference. I would like to take this into a CQB. And yeah, honestly, it's spring, so you know it's going to work. You might have to adjust the hop up. It's actually pretty reasonably cheap. Obviously, gas versions are going to be the most expensive. Again, internally you can upgrade it. You can put magazines. What am I on about? You can put a sight on here. Obviously, mine's a short one, so you can't put a lot on. But you can put a flashlight up here as well. Combo, whatever you want. And yeah, that's why it's coming in next after grenade launchers. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay. LMG. The light machine gun. Now, I see a lot of these at Woodland sites. Be careful here so this doesn't flick out. Now, these are great for defensive purposes. You can use them to attack. Obviously, watch your trigger control. All of these, by the way, are empty and have no batteries or any BBs in them. Okay, that's why I'm wearing this. Safety first. Now, with the LMG, okay, like I said, good for defending, can use it for attacking. It depends on what model you want to get. Bear in mind, these things can be really bulky, and as you can see, can be long depending on the makes. You can get regular mags, drum mags. Again, you can put a tactical rail on here. Again, you can go for a tactical sight, you can get a foregrip, you can put a flashlight on, you can do whatever you want to, okay, when it comes to your first grip. But would I recommend this for a beginner? Honestly, again, unless you got your eye on it, I wouldn't. Now, you'll see these all the time at Woodlands. You'll never see these at a CQB as far as I've seen, unless you've got this option here, which is semi, okay? You've got full auto, which does help. Some models will particularly come in full auto, so again, watch your trigger fire. Other than that, LMGs, they serve a purpose, but for a beginner, again, it's your choice. Now, the next thing I'm going to move on to is the most popular, and you're probably thinking, why am I not putting this higher on the list? Well, it's quite simple. Right, the sniper, okay? Now, if you've been watching a lot of famous YouTubers, whatnot, yes, they use snipers, but they've been playing for longer, okay? Now, snipers have their advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons again. Nothing is perfect. Now, as you can see, I'll put it in here. Now, you've got to make sure the hop-up is right for you. With snipers, you need heavier BBs and a good sight as well. Again, preference. You can put a bipod on there, obviously this, which I've got for carrying extra ammo, as well as a speed loader. I have seen this before with a lot of beginners, and they think, oh yeah, I want to be a sniper, this is going to be so cool. Now, some of these straight out of the box will be fine to shoot straight away. Some of them, obviously with heavier BBs, will lose quite a bit of FPS depending on the makes again, and you'll have to internally upgrade them, so again, saving up money. Magazine wise, these hold quite a fair share, so you don't need a lot of them, so it's easy to carry around. Here's the problem though. As a beginner, you may think, oh yeah, I want the sniper. Honestly, it's an acquired taste. It's the most popular, but it's an acquired taste. So, great for long range. Be sensible with it, okay? Because you have a 30-meter rule in the UK. Obviously, wherever you are in the world, it will vary. Again, I have seen a lot of people get headshots, and I don't like that, okay? If you see a full body, shoot for the body. Don't go for the head unless it's the only thing. And I have had a friend who has been shot in the head from 30 meters closing, and yeah, it left a nasty mark. So you will get banned, or more importantly, you might get kicked out for a certain period of time, so don't do it. That's why I say to beginners, don't buy these, all right? When you've been playing for a while, then you may consider it. Even I've only considered sniping this year, and again, it hasn't been the best year. Like I said, it's good for long range. However, obviously, when you look down the sight, you lose all visibility around you, and that's when I come along with a bayonet or get within range, because you can't use this. That's the downside. If I'm 30 meters and closing, and again, it does take requirement, so you know the exact distance, otherwise people will come up to the marshal saying, look, he's shooting really close, and they will show the mark. And when you hit with a very high FPS sniper, it does leave a very nasty mark with some blood. So, if someone gets too close, you are not allowed to shoot them. So there's the big con right there. So think about that as a beginner. Now it's becoming a balancing act here because, like I said, I've got a lot of RIFs here. Right, what's next? DMR's next. Here is my DMR. I can't wait to try this out on the field. My SVD, obviously, DMR, it's semi-only. Okay, now you can get an M14 and make it a DMR. You can get an M16, an M4, whatever you want to do, again, for a DMR roll. However, it must stay on semi. Okay, now if you've got an M14, which is like semi and full auto, you have to keep it on lock semi. Again, don't ask me the technical details because I don't know, but again, nevertheless, as a DMR, you have 20 meters plus minimum engagement distance. Now, this has higher FPS than an AEG, which will be 330 up to 350 maximum in the UK. DMRs are from 350 up to 420, give or take, under that. And then obviously snipers, which you're just seeing, are 500 FPS, but obviously 480, 490 is fine. So anyway, same pretty much as the sniper, okay? You only need to carry a certain number of mags to do the job. Now, again with the DMR, okay, I didn't mention this actually with the snipers quickly. You can use them out in the woodlands, fair enough. CQB, no go. And with this as well, you can use this in the woodlands sites, but you can't use this at CQB site. That's a big no-no as well, okay? Minimum engagement distance. So you can look down your sight, same things apply. I can't see what's going on around me. Someone gets in with 20 meters or close with a bayonet, aka me. You can't use this to shoot me. So another con there. You may think you want a DMR straight away, and again, it's preference, but consider this as a beginner, okay? Work up towards this stuff, okay? Like I said, this collection took a few years to build, okay? Unless you have money, you can buy whatever you want. If not, you've got to prioritize what you need. So, let's put that back. What's next? Now, I don't have one of these yet, but I'm hoping to, fingers crossed, as soon as I can. I am looking to get a G3. Now, this will be under battle rifles, okay? Now, battle rifles are very long, kind of like a DMR almost. They have semi and full auto options in most cases, and you can either keep it as an AEG or you can convert it into a DMR. So this is where it gets a bit of mix on both worlds. Again, it's preference, but bear in mind these things are going to be long, pretty much the size of an LMG, and they are not going to be assault rifle length. These are going to be longer. So maneuvering around with them can be quite difficult, especially in CQB. You can take them into CQB, again, under 350 FPS, you're fine. You can use them on a woodland site, which is fine. Again, just watch the FPS, whichever site you're going to, which you can adjust. But again, that's more technical side, and we'll get into that at another time. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, now, where are they? Now, pistols. And you're probably thinking, why is this higher up on the list? Well, quite simple, okay? Now, I have my Glock 18C here, and I have a revolver here. Now, you have two choices when it comes to these things, okay? You can have green gas, which both these are, or you can have CO2. If you want to help the world, obviously, less CO2. So these are green gas. Again, this takes precisely 6 rounds, okay? So like the real thing, okay? If you're using a CO2 revolver, obviously that one cartridge goes in the handle, and you can fire over 100 BBs with no problem. Obviously, you've got to reload the shells and everything. So, yeah, there are pros and cons to each one, but like I said, green gas is more than fine for me. And, yeah, revolvers can be a little bit more, well, particularly the green gas versions can be a little bit more of a problem, technically, so be prepared to invest internally. Obviously, it helps when you've got friends that know this stuff. Thank you, Sneaky. And then, funny enough, I got this on the recommendation of Sneaky, and yeah, I highly recommend for a beginner, if you're looking for a pistol, go with a Glock. If you've got anything else in mind, fair enough, it's preference. But this is a WE, by the way. I highly recommend these. Great for beginners. And like I said before, with a pistol, you have an option. Most pistols will come and shoot only in semi, like real things, unless you get something like mine, the Glock 18C, which can go from semi to full auto and back. So again, giving you a little bit more of an advantage. Magazines require gas, certain amount of BBs. You can get extended mags, so again that comes down to accessories, and you can pimp it out any way you want to, from a tactical flashlight. You can add I don't know, any extra accessories you want. Again, it's preference, but the reason why I recommend these as a secondary, okay, is quite simple, because I'm going to get to it soon enough, okay. You need one of these, especially if you're going to be fulfilling the DMR role or the sniper role, because if you have one of these, that's fine if someone gets too close to you, okay. Enough said on that. Now, the next part, SMG. Now, this is my Mac 10. You're probably thinking, it's not an SMG. Well, it is actually. Now, if you want to look for a particular RIF, and you can look at the real thing, go on Wikipedia. So if you want to find a P90, type in P90, it'll come up on Wikipedia. It will give you the definition of everything about that particular weapon in real life, and it will tell you what category it is in. Okay, so some of these categories that you see right here will be to their real counterpart. So this actually does come under SMG, okay? Now, there are a lot of varieties out there, like I said. So this is the Mac 10. You could get an MP5, you could get a UMP 45, I believe they are, or anything else that's an SMG category. Now, I highly recommend these for beginners, not this particular one, but whatever you want. Simple enough. You've got high caps, you've got mid caps when it comes to AEGs, DMRs as well, but most people prefer mid caps when you play for a lot longer. A high cap will get you through the day, okay, for a skirmish, but obviously when you want to get your own gear, you will need to consider how many mags you want, okay, that's up to you. But anyway, SMGs, easy enough to carry in most cases. This is just cheap polymer plastic. Obviously if you get like a proper really good SMG, it will be full metal with obviously plastic hand grip and handle in most cases, if I'm correct. And SMGs, easy enough, you can use those, they're universal, so again, they're shooting under 350, so you can use them outdoors at Woodlands, you can use them indoors at a CQB site, so it's universal, battery powered. Okay, so if I haven't mentioned this already, there are 3 types. There's spring, which again is limited to snipers, as well as, what's the other one? Shotguns, sorry, had to think about that, I've got a lot of rips here. The second one is gas, again, gas efficiency during the weather, hot, cold, you've got to consider those things. Again, how you want to set it up, how efficient is it, and gas costs as well. And then you've got the main one, which is batteries, which I highly recommend for beginners. Go with a battery AEG, okay, easy enough. Charge, and it's good to go for a whole day of skirmish. So anyway, back on topic, SMGs, highly recommend them, okay, because they are universal. Which leads me up to my last one, which is kind of 2, okay? So, bear with me. Here we have the AK, the assault rifle. And I'm not gonna lie, it's the most popular assault rifle out there on the market. Many of you will disagree, saying, oh no, it's the M4, oh no, it's the G36C. Well, this has been around a lot longer, so yeah, the stats speak for themselves, okay? No disrespect, but that's just the truth. Now, you can put a high cap in here, you can put a mid cap. What's this? This is a mid cap. No, actually, sorry, it is a high cap, sorry. Look at that top. I've got so many different type of AK mags, no joke. So, you can get a variety. This is battery. Okay, so the battery goes in the top here. I could change out the rail, the front rail here, the front rail grip for a tactical grip. You can put a bayonet on, my trademark. You can put your sights on here. You can get whatever buttstock you want. And again, as a beginner, highly recommend AEGs all the way for a beginner, okay? Whatever the budget is, you can get one of these, and if there's any problems, you can easily upgrade them at your site, or if you've got a friend, that will come in handy. Trust me, when you play for a lot longer, having a friend that knows what they're doing, and you can learn a thing or two. So yeah, highly recommend AEG assault rifles for beginners. So you could get, like I've got here, the AK, you could get the M4, or you could get the G36C. Though to be more important, more specific should I say, so this is an AKMS, so this is an assault rifle. If I said the M16, that would classify as an assault rifle. If I said the G36K, I believe it is, the longer version of the C, that would count as an assault rifle. So we're looking at a certain length, particularly fulfilling the assault rifle category. Which brings me up to my next one, my last one, is this. Now, I don't have an AK-74 yet, maybe. Now, this is the AKS-74U. This is a carbon assault rifle, and the difference is simply the barrel length, the shape. If I put both up here quickly, you should hopefully be able to see the difference. I'll do it this way as well so you can see. Balancing act again. So from here, yeah, like I said, this is a balancing act, so hopefully if you can see the difference, I'm holding them both up. Hopefully you can see. The length is what makes the difference. Now, carbine assault rifles are usually just a cut-off version of a main assault rifle. So if I had an AK-74, this is the AKS-74U, the carbon assault rifle version, should I say, sorry. With the M16 assault rifle, the carbine version would be the most popular one that you see in airsoft. So again, I highly recommend. Again, it comes down to preference, but the most popular thing I see on an airsoft field by far is the M4A1 based carbine assault rifle platform, and you can get those in a variety. And you've got the G36C, which again is the carbine version of the G36K, I believe. If I'm wrong, I do apologize. Like I said, I'm not an expert, so I'm just going off my own knowledge here. And yeah, so these are universal, okay? Just like the assault rifle. You can use mid, high caps, change out the front grip. You can put a flashlight on here, battery powered. You can put sights on. Again, all this is varying. Butt stock can change, and again, makes it even smaller now. So again, great for CQB, can use these outdoors. And with the assault rifle here, this is an underfolding stock, so I'm going to show you quickly. Bear with me 1 second. Like I said, it's a balancing act when you've got so many RIFs in your collection. So I'm just going to fold this up quickly and put this under here. So now I'm going to show you again. See, even still, the carbine will always be more effective. Now, the range will vary with only a few models, not that much, so the carbine will probably just drop short of the assault rifle. But again, sometimes these things are actually on par with the assault rifle. So I highly recommend for any beginner in airsoft, either a carbine assault rifle or an assault rifle to begin with, okay? Simple reason is they're easier to use as a beginner, and honestly, this is the best place to start. If you get into airsoft a bit more, a couple of months, a couple of years, whatever, then you can start to build up your collection and then try out different things. But I highly recommend AGs all the way for beginners. And let it go down here. Like I said, it always comes down to being a balancing act when I'm trying to do these videos. So yeah, I was covering a few things there. Like I said, I'll probably edit it and put in certain little clips and writing, pics. And yeah, that's just my own personal preference. You may agree with me, you may disagree with me, but other than that, yeah, I highly recommend for beginners, the options over here. And that's it for this video. So like, comment, share and subscribe. Don't forget to click the little bell icon so you know when the next video is. I enjoyed making this video. I look forward to making the next video. The most important thing you can do is stay safe.